Yesterday, this spot, we had an amazing sunrise. Got a little bit burnt from the sun. Today, here, not so much. But there's a lot I want to get through, so I'm going to put up with the elements. Apologies in advance for any smacks of rain and the wind noise. Glad for this coffee, I tell you. I had bad news this morning. A gentleman who is either kind of my age or maybe a few years younger died, leaving behind him 2 children who are the same age as my kids and a wonderful wife who I've known for many years, is a good friend and someone who I've done masses and masses of work with. So my condolences to them, but also, you know, times like this, it does make you think. And I've been thinking along this route for some time. Quite a few announcements later on, but I just want to get to a kind of a nub of something that's going to change. Basically, the fundamental spark point for this vlog was me being vitriolic towards the now president of the United States, Donald Trump. People complained about that video on the Spitfire channel, and it kind of sparked me wanting to make a channel of my own where I felt I could speak freely about things that I didn't like, things that I did like. You establish your behavior, you put forward your opinions, and they become ossified by the medium, and therefore feels just that little bit more difficult to accept that that opinion may have been wrong and maybe a revision or a correction is called for. Now, what I'm not going to announce here is my love for Donald. I would say if I've learned anything from this vlog and from communicating with this community is simply beware of the unloved, because they have an unloving view of the world and they want the world to represent and prove their core belief that love is futile, love doesn't exist. That's all I wish to say about that. And what is love? Well, it's sharing, it's gifting, it is protecting and promoting, and that's something that this channel is all about. I think the greatest gift we can give is the gift of life. And even if my friend's husband's life was taken too early, to have lived on this planet at all is to be part of the story of survival on a biblical level. Billions of years ago, a cell divided into 2 and survived, and it became a bleh, and then a fish, and the fish started shagging, and the fish came out of the water and became a shrew, and then a cheeky, sexy monkey who occasionally shagged Neanderthals. We are a testament to the efforts of survival of our predecessors, and to be human is to come together and to help each other survive. He leaves 2 wonderful children who are a testament to his survival and all that has gone before him. So what I'm getting to is that I believe that the shit show that we're in the middle of at the moment, with the likes of Donald Trump and what's going on in America, with the likes of what's going on here in Britain, is born of hatred, is born of division. And to divide is to open up the window, I think, to extinction, to extermination. To not love is the inhumane position. I have few regrets from setting up this YouTube channel and becoming a member of the social media coterie that we all are. I have enjoyed Instagram, and I feel Instagram gives something back. It's just wonderful to have made a concerted effort to take a photo pretty much every day of my life for the last 2.5 years. I have a photo album, something I've never had before. The YouTube channel, well, that goes without speaking. It's been a huge triumph, and I've got a piano book coming up which shows the real early success stories that are born of Piano Book, which I'm really excited to share with you. My one regret, though, is Twitter. My ire, my vitriol, my hatred towards narcissists, racism, bigotry has been channeled into that Twitter account. What hope do I have in making the slightest bit of difference? None. Why should I allow hatred to be projected through my output? Why should I get embroiled in the positive feedback loop of toxicity that surrounds us? No, what we can do is prove that by coming together, regardless of our our political differences, regardless of whether you support Tottenham, we can prove that with love, with togetherness, with unity, we can achieve the impossible. So, in a really waffly, roundabout way, what I'm saying is I'm actually rebooting my Twitter account. I took inspiration from Fortnite recently, who deleted all of their posts. I've deleted all of my tweets and humbly request that you subscribe to that feed if you haven't done yet, because it will become a medium of communication, a conduit for this community, for this channel. And as an incentive to subscribe to my new non-political, non-toxic, rebooted Twitter feed, there's a couple of mistakey Easter eggs that I left in the video above, the watermelon one. If you subscribe to my feed and let me know using the hashtag Easter egg watermelon, then for the first few of you that got it right, I'll get you a free copy of the thing that we're releasing on Thursday. And believe you me, I don't know if you've seen the teasers linked below. We're going back to Funville. Right, back to the top of the mountain. If you do subscribe to my Twitter account, I promise not to undertake any party politics or talk about the terrible toxicity that we are surrounded by. My Twitter account is going to become a place of, you know, as I said, the things that make us human, the things that help us to survive, to celebrate those two cells that split, survived, and divided again. Is that shagging? I don't know. I guess it is. It's cellular shagging. So talking of giving and love, I wanted to remind you that next week, is it next week? Well, very soon is a New York City walk. Details listed on screen and linked below. If you can RSVP, that would be great. Not turning back on the original walk, we're going to do a winter solstice walk here. Now, the date of that, I believe, it's always the same, isn't it? Sunday, 22nd of December. I'll leave details of where to meet below and on screen. And whilst I'm on the subject of sharing the love and learning from one another, the page, if you recall in the video linked above, there was a call to arms with the hashtag OneOrchestra. We've constructed a dedicated sub-site for the page now, so do take a look at it. It's going to be a great place to hang out, a positive place full of us learning things from one another. And to kind of point you back to a video I made in the past, you know, one of the big things that I was astounded by when I started working for the greats like Patrick Doyle and Dudley was, regardless of how limited I felt I was in my knowledge, there was still stuff that they felt that they could learn from me. So Anne Dudley used me as a drum programmer, Patrick Doyle the same, and what was interesting about those exchanges is I was learning so much from them whilst possibly giving something back. So for me, the page is something for everyone, but it doesn't stop there. If you recall, we used to have these things called journals and also notebooks for labs, and we stopped doing those. And we haven't just been sitting around doing nothing. In fact, someone has been working hard, very hard, to create something that I hope is going to be extraordinary.
Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm currently standing by a lock with my camera rolling. So I just thought on camera, I won't show your number or I'll blur it out because it's your baby. And I think you should talk to us about what we need to do. I think we need to look at something at some time, don't we?
Yes, we do. So on Monday the 18th of November, I want everyone to go to our YouTube channel so that they can speak exclusively with the Newton brothers, who scored The Haunting of Hill House and recently Dr. Sleep that's just hit the cinemas. And I want everyone to watch the brand new interview that we've done with them, and they'll be sort of live feed commenting so everyone can get their questions in on how to score for horror, how to sample for horror. They're amazing, so it's all of that happening.
And it's for something new that we don't want to talk about quite yet, isn't it?
Brand spanking new, but it's going to be absolutely amazing, and it's going to be a whole platform for everyone to dive into daily, maybe hourly, or even every second. So yes.
Brilliant stuff, Lauren. I hope you don't feel I've thrown you under a bus by putting you on camera on the phone.
No, actually, the phone vibe is better because, you know, what we feel like my face never needs to go on camera, so that's fine.
No, stop it immediately. Well, that's really exciting. Listen, I've seen some of the artwork that I'll put up as well, and it's looking
amazing.
Great. Brilliant.
Thank you
well
so
done,
much,
Lauren.
Christian.
Speak to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, you heard it. Tune in to the YouTube channel, linked below with the details below. Because I've forgotten already what Lauren just said. Terrible memory. Sorry about the rain on the lens. I really am bracing the elements here today to share this kind of message of love and hope. Talking of which, I would love something back from you guys. I'm really honoured to announce that we've been nominated for 2 Music Tech Awards. These are particularly special for me because this one, the London Contemporary Orchestra, has been nominated, is a product not of Paul and my loins, but is totally down to the efforts from conception to delivery of the Spitfire team. So it would be wonderful if it got your vote, because it is the efforts of some very young, very talented people who would really appreciate a nod. Secondly, a little reminder that Spitfire Audio pays royalties to musicians and technicians who are involved in the creation of our libraries. We give back millions of pounds a year in the shape of royalties and are now, I think, accounting to nearly 500 people. So that's something I'm really proud of, and it is because of your support, and I thank you for. But there's one particular royalty check that really is going to mean something for the legacy that is music. Talking of the survival of these cells, there is the survival of music. We made this thing with Jane Fanshawe and the Fanshawe estate called Orbis, the royalties of which are going to be put towards the preservation of David Fanshawe's totally unique collection of world music. It would be fantastic if you were to also vote for Orbis in the Music Tech Awards, because the promotion it will receive and the extra royalties that Jane and the Fanshawe estate will receive will really go to a good cause. So thanks, as always, for watching. There's some really wonderful stuff coming up. Hit subscribe if you haven't done already. God, it's so cold. A like would be lovely, because to like is to love. And ding that bell to be notified the next time I'm putting a video up. Do attend the walks if you can, and if this walk is anything to go by, you'll need to wrap up warm for the Edinburgh one. Lots of love to you all, and my humble condolences to my friend. You know who you are if you're watching. Lots of love to you. And as I said in my email this morning, there is bed, board, love, and a warm hearth and loads of whiskey for you and your kids anytime you want to come up. Much love.